Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and I am back after over 2 weeks for me since I last recorded a video. So it'll take me a bit to get back into this, I imagine. So what am I coming to you with? This is Spotting the 8 Ball by Riffclown. And thank you for everyone for putting up with me being away and running with a bunch of videos I recorded in a rush and a couple of videos I've pulled from the backlog. So thank you, everyone. So, before I get on to this puzzle, I do want to say that, there's been a little bit of a dry up, and I'm not sure if it's that people have all done it or they're not paying attention or anything, but there are 2 Sudoku packs that are still active on my channel. There's the Skilling Sudoku pack, which is a pack of Killer Sudoku Puzzles, which is the first pack in the KG Constraints series, and then there's the Caging Constraints pack, which is the second pack in the series. Now, I know I gave everyone a lot of time to work on this and everything. The third pack is still coming, but I am going to say that at the end of October, I'm going to stop accepting solution codes for Skilling Sudoku, at which point I will grab everyone who has entered solution codes for Skilling Sudoku, and I will draw a winner, and they will win a copy of World of Sudoku Volume 6 by Akash Dulani, and then at the end of November, I will do the same for Caging Constraints. So people who've submitted, who've solved puzzles, please send in your row 3 of any of the puzzles to my email address below, and you'll be in the running to win those prizes. Please grab the packs and work through them. I'm not sure how many people have actually been working through the packs. It's been like a bit of silence. I've had a few people submit in the first couple of weeks, and then it's just been, it almost feels like they've all been forgotten, and I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe I gave everyone too much time or anything, but if you haven't looked at the packs, then I really recommend that you do. They're very, very good. If you want to just buy yourself a copy of World of Sudoku Volume 6, and I highly recommend it, you can go to Kash Dulani's website. I'll provide links to where you can get them physical copies on Amazon, or PayHip for a digital copy, and for the digital copy you can get a 10% discount if you use the coupon Bremsters10. All of the details for that will be below as well. I'm back. I'm still running on limited time at the moment, so I'm going to, I've no idea how I'm going to make all this work, but we'll see how it all goes. But let's have a look at Spotting the 8 Ball by Riffclown. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have arrows. Digits placed on arrows must sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. So these 2 digits will sum to whatever goes in that circle, these 2 to whatever goes in that circle. Circles without arrows are neighbor sum cells and contain the sum of all of the cells that are orthogonally adjacent to that circle. So the sum of those 3 will go in here. The sum of those 3 will go in here, and the sum of those 4 will go in here. This is not a new constraint, but it's one we do not see very often. And white dots separate consecutive digits. So these 2 digits will be consecutive, these 2 will be consecutive, these 2 will be consecutive, not all dots are given. Neighbor sums, Riffclown has said they're created by AnalyticalNinja, so thank you to AnalyticalNinja for that. So, I am way out of practice. I really haven't solved a puzzle in 2 weeks, so let's give this a shot. Okay, I just started solving the puzzle, and I'd realized I'd had OBS in the wrong mode, and as soon as I started using all the keystrokes and everything, the recording went haywire, so that did not work. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done this. I checked the intro recording and that was fine, but it literally started changing modes when I started using the keystrokes to solve, so oops. So let's give this a shot. So, what do I want to look at? So it's probably this lot of circles in the middle. So for example, I know this circle is the sum of all of those. And these are 3 that see each other. So these have a minimum of 6 plus 1. So this is 7, 8, or 9, and it can't be 8. So this is 7 or 9. These are the same. So these are three that see each other. So their minimum is 1, 2, 3. So that'd be 6 plus 1. So 7, 8, or 9. So this is 7 or 9. And I think this is the same. So this would be 1, 2, 3 minimum plus at least 1. So this would be 7, 8, or 9. So this is also 7 or 9. So one of these has got to be 7, it has to be 1, 2, 3 with a 1. Now, if these are 1, 2, 3, the minimum I could put in here is the maximum I could put in here. If I put a 4 in here with 1, 2, 3, then these would have to be a 10, and that's the case with all of them. So this is a 1, 2, 3 triple. Now, one of these only can be a 1. But in order for this to be, any of these to be a 7, this has to be a 1. Yeah, because it's 1, 2, 3, 1. So 2 of these have to be 9s. And I can't make it those two. So it's either those two or those two. So this is a 9 no matter what. But wherever the 1 is has to be the 7 because it's 1, 2, 3, 1. So this is not a 1. Okay, now, wherever the 7 is, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. Wherever the 9 is, so I'm just marking. So if this is 7, this is 1, 2, 3. If it's 9, then I could do 1, 2. No, I couldn't do 1, 2, 6. Oh, hang on. No, I can't do 1, 2, 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because 1, 2, 5 gets me to 8, and then no, I can't do 1, 2, 5 because 1, 2, 5 means that this would have to be a 1, but I've used on the 1 in the middle for the 7. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4. And down here, yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if I use 1, 2, 5, I'm at 8 and I'd have to use the 1. And it's the same here. If this is 1, 2, 5, that's 8. That I'd have to use the 1. But then over here, this is if this was the 9. But then over here for the 7, I'd have to use a not 1 with 1, 2, 3, and I've blown the 7 total. That's very weird. But one of these is a 1. So neither of these is a 1. But this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5 and 6. And I know the order because of that 6. Now this can't be 1, 2, but it could be 3 or 4 maybe. Six has to go up here. So is it one of these? Because these are the sum of all of those. So if this was the 7, then this would be 1 with 1, 2, 3. But this could be 1, 1. This could be as low as 5. So these are from 5, 7, and 9 because I can't use 6 or 8. They can't be as low as 4 because then all 4 of these would have to be 1 and I can't do that. Now if one of these was 5, it would be 1, 1, 2, 1. Now this would be 2. I couldn't put 1 in any of these. So it'd be 2, 3. Hang on, if this is 5, this would be 1, 1, 1, 2. It's the only way to do it. Which means none of these are 1. This would be 2, 3, which is already 5. This would also have to be 3 because I've used a 2 here. So 2, 3, 3, which is 8, and I couldn't use a 1 there. Neither of these can be a 5. This is a 7-9 pair. So this, because it's symmetrical logic. So this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which means those are not 4. So one of these has to be a 4, and whichever one is the 4 goes with the 9. If one of those is a 4, I can't put a 4 in there, because I can't do 2 4s. Because one of these is 1, 2, 3, and one of these is 1, 2, 4, and the 4 has to go there. So there's no 4 there. So 4, 5, 6. So this has to be at least, actually, it could be as low as 5. So it's 5, 6, or 7, because I can't use 8 or 9. So this is 1, 2, or 3. That's a Riffclown trick. Those two purple cells sum to 16, but they are the sum of the blue and the yellow. So that is all of the blue cells and all of the yellow cells. But those have a minimum of 10, and those have a minimum of 3 each, which is 16. So these have to be minimums. So I can't put 3 into any of those. Which means this is a 1-2 pair, there's no 2 there. This is a 1-2 pair, there's no 2 there. This is a 3-4 pair, which means there's no 3 in here. This is a 1-2 pair, which means this is a 3. Which means there's no 3 there. That's very cool. One of these has to be 7 with a 3 on it. Hang on, this has to be 1, 2, 3 now because it's 6 plus 3. So there's no 4 on this. This isn't 3 either. This is a 1-2 pair. So 3 is across here. So this is 3. This is weird. One of these has to be 3, 3. Which means whichever one is 3, 3 is 9. And we'll have to go with a 1-2 pair. 3, 3, 9, 1, 2. Then the 7... I don't know. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Because this is all symmetrical. If this is 4, oh, wait a minute, these need to be consecutive. If this is 8, this is 7, and this is blown. There's no 8 here. If this is 5, this is 4, and if this is 4, it can't be. This is a 4-5 pair. This is 9, which means this is 3, and that's broken the symmetry. This is now 4, which means this can't be 1, 2, 3. This is the 9, because this can't be 1, 2, 3, 1. This is the 4, so this is the 9. This is the 7, which means this is 1, 2, 3, 1, which means this is the 2. There's no 2 here, there's no 1 here. I'm going to get rid of that because I know that's there. And now I've got to be able to do something with this. That's broken the symmetry. This dot broke the symmetry. That's very cool. 9 is down here. Can't be here. The 9 can't be here, because if the 9 was here, this would have, and that's because these are 3 9s looking into this box. If the 9 was here, this is the sum of those two, and this would have to be at least 10, which it can't be. So that's the 9. Now, this is not 4 anymore. It's 5 or 8. Nine is up there. No, 9 is not up there. 9 is there. And this is 4, 5, or 8. And it's not 4 or 5. This is 8. This is also a 4, 5 pair. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 and 7 are in here. Oh, this 5 has made this 8. That's been there for a while. Okay, so 3 means that this is either 2 or 4, and it can't be 4. 7 means this is 6 or 8, so this is 2 or 6. The 8 arrow in box 6 could be 1, 7, could be 2, can't be 2, 6. So it's 1, 7, can't be 2, 6, could be 3, 5. It can't be 3 there, so it can't be 5 there, and that's because 3 has to be along here. So, can I narrow this down at all? So this is already 4. 5, 6, 7. So if this is 1, this becomes 2 to make this 7. So if this is 1, this would become 2. Which works, because then this would be 6, 8, 9. So if this is 1, hang on, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would become 2, which would... Hang on a minute. If this is 1, this becomes 2 to keep this... So let's say this is 7. These have to sum to 3. So if this is 7, 4, these sum to 3, so they're 1 and 2. This 2 makes this 1, which makes this 3. 3, 3, these have to sum to 3, which means 2 and 1, but that means I've got 2 1s in the row. So this can't be 7, this is 9. So the one with a 1 in it has to be the 9. Hang on, that can't be right. If this is the 7, oh, it's because it doesn't have a 1 here. If this is the 7, I need 3 here, which is 1, 2. 2 makes that 1 and that 3. 3, 3, and 2 is 8, which makes this 1, and I've got 2 1s. This has to be the 9. That's nuts. Now this, I've already got 5 here, so these have to both be 1s. This becomes a 2. This is 5, 6. This has to be the 3 and allows that to be the 2, and that's not broken, which makes this the 1. This is a 1 now, and this is a 2. 2, 2, 4, that's 9. 1, 2, 3, and 3, that's 9. 1, 1, 2, and 3, that's 7. All the colouring is now done. This is 1 different from that. That's all fine. That is nuts. So do I look at this next or something? Okay, so what I do want to do is I want to mark that those and those are important. Actually, those are important. Because this has a minimum of 3. This has a minimum of 3. This has a minimum of 1. Whoops, 1. So this has to be 7 or 8 because it can't be 9. So there's only 1 degree of freedom. So this is 3 or 4, this is 3 or 4, this is 1 or 2. But there's only 1 degree of freedom there. Meaning if I increase either of these, any of these by more than 1, this would have to go up more than 1. So for example, if this was a 5, I'd have 5, 3, and 1. 5, 3, and 1 is 9, and I can't put a 9 in that cell. Now what about here? This could be a 1, this could be a 3, this could be a 2. So that is at least a 6, 8, or 9 as possible. Which means I've got several degrees of freedom. Now this can only be 1 or 2 because I go 1, 2, and then I jump to 6. And I can't put a 6 in here because the minimum I can put here is 3. 6 and 3 is 9, and that'd have to be a 0. So this is 1 or a 2. Now 3... I'm not sure. I do want to figure out what these can be, though. Hang on, this is a 1-2 pair. This can't be a 2 anymore. Because these can only be 1 or a 2. So this is 3. Can't be 3. This is minimum 4. Can I go to 5? 5, 1. Yeah. But I can't take this to 6. Because 6, 1, 3 isn't enough. So this is 4 or 5. So the minimum here is 5. So this can't go any higher than 4. And that's given me a 3, 4 pair in the row. But the minimum here now is 4, 3, and 1, which is not 6, it's 8. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 6, and 7. Well, I can't put 1 or 2 in the arrowhead. This can't be 1. So what can this be? Because if this is a 6, this is either 4 or 5. And if it's a 7, it's either 5 or 6. So this is 4, 5, or 6. And it can't be 6 because of that. This is a 4. And now I've got a 4, 5 pair in the row. This is a 3. So now this is 3. Now that could still be 7 or 8 because that was not. But that's a 4, 5 pair in the row. This is weird. I've got a 4, 5 pair in the column. So it's 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8, which doesn't look very restricted at all. So this is 2, 7, and 8, because there's a 1, 3. It's not... Well, I can't put 1 here. Actually, I might mark that. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. I can't put 1 there. I can't put 1 there. I can't put 2 there. Now that can't be 8 because 8 plus 1, this would need to be a 9 and it can't be. This can't be a 2 because this would need to be 2 1s. No, that was not clever. This is not a 1, so this is not a 7. That was not a clever thing to do. I was just looking, where does 9 go in this row? And I was realizing, well, 9 can go here or here. And then I was thinking about 8's in the top row. And it's like, could 8 go there? And it's like, I could go 1, 8, 9. And then I was asking myself, where does 9 go in this column? 9 has to go up here and it can't go in either of those cells. That is the 9. So this has to be 7 or 8, which gives me a 7, 8 pair, which makes that the 9. This is nuts. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6, which means there's no 6 in those. No, which 5, 1 is B6. This is 4, 1, and 5. This is absolutely crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7. 7 can only go next to 6 or 8, which is not resolved. There's no 7 here anymore. So 7 is in one of those two, which means 7 is not in one of those two. 7 is not there anymore. This is 3 or 8. This can't be 6, because for this to be 6, it would need to be 6, 2, because 6 and something can't add to 3. This is not 6. This is a 1 or a 2, giving me a 1, 2 pair in the column. This is not the 2. This is a 6, 7 pair. Wow. 7, 1 works. 3 can't go with anything. This is not a 3. 7, 1 or 2, 1. One has to go in one of those two. One and 2 have to go in those. Can I do more up here? I don't know. The trick about these is I'm really not sure where I'm looking. Two is in one of these two. Seven, that's a 2-7 pair. Because of the 2 7s here and the fact that that can't be 2 7s. So these are 1, 2, 3. Oh, this 5 has made this 4, which makes this 5, which has not resolved this to be 1 or 2 at all. But there's no 4. Oh, there's no 4 in those. Wow. Sudoku takes practice. I have not had any in a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But 8 must be down here, which makes this the 6, which makes this the 5 and this the 6, which takes 6 out of here, which I had from... Right, cool. Because 8 had to go here because of the column. Right, so these are 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 8 and 9, and this 9 gives me the order. This is the 8 and this is the 9. There is no 8 there. There's no 3 there because of that 3, 4 pair. Sorry, there's no 3 there. This 5 looks down, making that 4 and that 5 and that 4. These still have to some... Wait a minute. These have to 4 or 5. Oops, sorry about that. So 7 is in one of those two. 5, 6. 6 is in one of those two. 6 is in one of those two. If this is 2, 3, this can't be 2, 3. If this is 2, 3, those are both 1s. That doesn't work. This is 6 and 7. That makes this 5, which makes this 3, and this is a 1 or a 2. That gives me a 1, 2 pair, which is remarkably unhelpful. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got to put a 5 in here, and it can't go in those. That's the 5. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 1 there. Really? This is 3, so there's no 3 in here. This is a 1, 2, 4. This is the 3, which makes this the 4. 4 and 4, right. Of course, 4 and 4 means that has to be the 1. That has to be the 2. 3, 3, 3 makes that 8. 8 goes with 9. This makes this the 7. 2 and 7 is 9. Forgot the arrows completely. 1 and 5 is 6, which makes this 7. I'd completely forgotten the arrows and the other clues. I was trying to do it all with Sudoku. Okay, 4 means that this is not 4. I've now got a 1, 2 pair in the row, which makes this 7 and this 2, which makes this 4. This 2 makes this 1, which of course makes this 2, which takes 2 out of here, and this becomes a 3, 8. There we go, some progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 and 8 go in there, and this 2 gives me the order, the 8 and the 2. This makes this 1, which I could have got from that 2, but I didn't, so no. 4, 6, and 7. There is no 4 in either of those. I'll take the 4 there. 6 and 7, not yet. This 8 makes this 5 and this 8. And there's more stuff to do. This 8 makes this a 3. Well, that kind of forces it. That's not a 7. That's a 1. That's a 2. There is no 2 there. This 3 looks up making this 8 and this 3. The 8 looks down making this 7, which looks across making this 6 and this 7. And I'm down to 3 digits in a single box. 5. I need to put in a 6, and then I need to put in an 8, and that completes spotting the 8 ball by Riffclown. Took me about half an hour. Yeah, I can live with that. That me being very out of practice, and there were some tricks in that puzzle. Very, very cool though. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you, Riffclown, for submitting this one. Probably about 6 weeks ago. I don't remember. Yeah, that was really cool. I've got a few more puzzles to record over the next few days. I may actually need to sort of pull out some more stuff from the backlog. Sorry, everyone. While I'm back, I am still very, very busy. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you're still enjoying stuff. Please remember to like, and if you are not subscribed, please do. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, please check out the packs if you haven't. We put a lot of work into them, and that's not just me. That's everyone involved, or not everyone involved, but a lot of people involved with the Skunk Works have put a lot of work into the packs over several months, and yeah, they really do deserve some of these amazing puzzles that have been done to be seen. So I hope you take a look. Thanks, everyone. And as always, good luck with your solving.